She had great faith. She truly believes that there's an afterlife, that she'll be wonderfully received in the arms of a loving God, and therefore did not fear death. And as a result of her soul being comforted on the deathbed, my soul is comforted. You know, it's the end of a beautiful life.
That was former President George W. Bush remembering his mother, remembering our former First Lady, Barbara Bush, who passed away last night at the age of 92. Now, my next guest knew Mrs. Bush very well, here to share some of his memories of the former First Lady as presidential historian, the author of George Bush, Man of Integrity, Doug Wead. You know, Doug, I never had the privilege to meet her. I've met her husband, but I did grow up spending my summers in Kennebunkport, Maine, which they spent a lot of time in as well. And so I can remember seeing her from afar on the boat when they'd go by. She was always have a big smile and a big wave. And my grandmother, mind you, my Irish grandmother, who was a Democrat from the day she was born to the day she died, would stand out and give a big wave. And I said, Graham, they're Republicans. And she said, that is the President and the First Lady of the United States. And let me tell you, they had a wonderful, wonderful reputation all around town. At the local restaurants, at the local shops, they were adored by that community. And she was really, she was the matriarch of it. She was the pillar of strength through all of it. Tell us your experience.
Yeah, she's a wonderful, wonderful lady. People say how funny she was in telling stories all day. I've realized by the telling of the stories that she didn't tell jokes. She punched you. She was provocative. I remember a White House event in the state dining room, and it was a breakfast, and I was seated at her table as the staffer at her table, and I said, Mrs. Bush, let's have everybody at the table introduce themselves and say where they're from and what they do. She said, excellent idea. So we go to the man to my left. He says his name and where he's from, and he says, I'm a pastor of a Methodist church. And suddenly Barbara Bush says, George and I can't stand Methodists, can't stand them. Well, the whole table was just wide-eyed and shocked, and the poor guy sat there like, well, I can't change now. And it turns out she was doing some reverse spin. She actually was being sarcastic. She had, of course, her son was a Methodist and her daughter-in-law was a Methodist. She had a compliment she was giving, and it was through a reverse method. Yeah. And I remember once at a charity awards dinner, I was sitting next to her. I was the chairman. She was honorary chairperson. We had all these celebrities, and it was the year of the Blue Lagoon with Christopher Atkins and Brooke Shields.
Oh, wow.
And each celebrity was donating something, and Christopher Atkins was donating his loincloth that he wore in the movie. So I was hoping she wouldn't see that. It was in all the papers and the bidding and for the auction. So I was kind of hiding it. She sat down. She started going through the papers. She went right to it. She found it, and she looked up at the head table, and she said, he's a fine-looking young man. And I see his loincloth is available here in the celebrity auction. She said, I might just bid on that. So
wow.
That took all the tension
out of the room. I mean, everybody says that. She had a great sense of humor. But what I've always been struck by, too, is the love between this couple, really. And we, you know, I've had the chance to read some of these love letters that her husband wrote her in the last 12 hours or so, and I want to share one of them here with the viewer, where he's talking about basically how she has made his life full of everything, he says, I could ever dream of. Bar, you have made my life full of everything I could ever dream of. My complete happiness should be a token of my love for you. And he admits it may sound melodramatic, but if it does, it's only because of my inability to say what I mean. And Doug, I mean, look, they really did seem to have a real union. These are people that loved each other, that had a wonderful family together, supported each other. I mean, people and you know, because you've covered so many presidents, people don't quite know what it takes to be a presidential wife. Because though she may never have worked a day in her life, she was a big part of his success and her children's success.
Yeah, I think she's one of the greatest ladies who ever lived. I mean, either that or she's the luckiest, because everybody around her succeeded. And her love and her buoyancy and her positive, you got to have fun in life attitude, which came from her mother, who worried and dealt with trivialities. And this was Barbara's revenge, to be happy. But the odds were stacked against their marriage. They married too young, and they were apart too often, and they suffered too much with the loss of Robin. Any one of those factors would cause a divorce in most marriages, but they forgave each other and refashioned their marriage, and over the years, again and again, renewed it. Wonderful love. One night, I was stuck on the tarmac at an airport in Michigan. I was sitting in the limousine with George and Barbara, and they were going to have to separate. It was on the campaign trail. She was going to have to get into another jet and fly off. He and I were going to go home on Air Force Two, and so they'd be separate. It was only one night, but they sat there in the car. I said, "I'm out of here." She said, "Snap, you stay right there. I'm the one that's leaving." So I sat there, and they tenderly held hands and whispered to each other like teenagers. You could see the pain. They were only going to be apart for one night, but they didn't want to let each other go.
I love hearing that. And I should point out, our own Maria Bartiromo had a beautiful interview with his son and Laura Bush this morning, her son and Laura Bush. And W said that his dad was there with her until the very end, holding her hand.
Holding her hand, yeah, I heard that.
Doug Wead, thank you.